Day 3 of the SkyBet Ebor Festival, and we are here at a very, very blustery York, but I believe the wind is going to hopefully die down slightly before the start of racing. I'm here with Ben Linfoot and Ed Chamberlin. Straight into it, gents. First race, very competitive handicap, as you would expect. SkyBet paying 5 places. Money for Derry Ladd, an ex-SkyBet Sunday Series horse. I thought I'd just link in that one. 15-2 from 10, but what wins, Ben?
I like Derry Ladd. Yeah. I think he's got an excellent record when he comes over to Britain. Won at Hamilton and Pontefract, and was unlucky last time at Epsom on Oaks Day when getting no run and flying home down the outside for third. You can consider him an unlucky loser that day. He was last time at Galway, but you need to be on the pace that day. He was held up in the rear, and I think he can put a line through the run. So Derry Ladd for me.
And for you, Ed?
I think I'm going to go with another selection from our preview night on Tuesday, which has had a really good record this week, haven't we? The team did well, not necessarily me or anything, but Audie came very close yesterday, didn't he? And I think Shadow Dancer's got a great chance. A little bit unlucky. Where was it? Ripon last time?
Yeah.
And I think I'll row in with him.
The next race, the Longdale, again, a good, strong, competitive race. Aidan O'Brien dominating the market, but Al Sakib has been well back, 13-2 from 9-1. Can you see that, Ben?
Yeah, obviously he's a winner at York, and stepping up 2 furlongs in trips definitely going to suit him. So he's certainly one of many who can win this race. I must admit I didn't have a particularly strong view, but I did see Vauban was 5-1, something like that this morning, and I thought that was fairly big for a talented horse who's got good York form behind Giavoletto earlier in the season, and with William Buick on board, I think he can run well. So I'll go with Vauban. I just think he's a bit bigger than I thought he would be.
My worry with him is I'm not sure he's quite the staying superstar that people thought he was going to be, and had a very hard race last time. We've got Ruby here, so I'll ask him about him later. I like the bottom one, Align the Stars, the 3-year-old, who could have run in the Voltigeur, the SkyBet Great Voltigeur, if they'd wanted to. They've decided to come here. They won this race with Double Eclipse, I think, when he was 3. So I just think that's a really interesting run at the bottom. Yeah, and
again, a horse, he's been aggressively campaigned by the Johnson team, as normally would be, but certainly a horse very much on the upgrade. So a note there for Align the Stars. The next race is the Gimcrack, and we'll all be waiting. We're looking forward already for the Gimcrack speech in December. Oh. Andesite has been well backed for the Burke team, 92 from 7-1. Anything in this one, Ben?
Yeah, I quite like Andesite. When we went to Carl Burke's earlier in the season, he was really looking forward to running him at Royal Ascot. Didn't work out, obviously didn't go there, but comes in here a fresh horse, and when you look back at that York run with the course form, I think he's a massive player in this race, and the Striking Viking's probably the one to beat, but I'm going to take Andesite to beat him.
Amy Ryan, her nap of the week is the Striking Viking. Ed, can you see why?
To soften the pain that left the Ryan yard, probably, because Kevin loves this race, doesn't he? He'd have loved to have run that horse in a race he's won 4 times. I'm a big Andesite fan. As you say, going into Royal Ascot, this was the Cullberg 2-year-old, and yet he still won with a couple at the meeting. And you sense that Andesite at home was much the best. And I think Steve Parkin's going to come today. He didn't come yesterday, which I was a bit worried because I fancied Thunder Run yesterday. He's coming today, and if the vibes are strong, I think Andesite could be very good. And what is a really good Gimcrack? That's a cracking contest today.
The big race of the day is the Coolmore Nunthorpe. We have extra places here in this race, and Asphora is now very much at the head of the market. A mover, she's 11-8, from 2-1. Is she the one to beat? And can you? And the big drift on Big Evs?
I think she's definitely the one to beat. I didn't have her down as a Nunthorpe horse when she won the King's Stand at Royal Ascot. I thought she maybe needed that stiff 5 furlongs, but you look at that effort and defeat at Goodwood in the King George, and you have to say that she looks like she's got all the tools to win a Nunthorpe, and it should be run to suit. So I think she's definitely the one to beat, but she is short, and I'm going to take her on each way with Washington Heights, who I think is an underestimated horse. I think he's been travelling really well over 6. You saw it in the Duke of York here, we saw it in the Jubilee, and I think 5 furlongs at York, off a strong gallop, we might just see him at his best.
Ed, I'm rubbish with stuff like this. The wind is blowing which way?
It's a crosswind at the minute. That could change. Earlier this morning, when we were out here, it was actually directly behind the runners in the Nunthorpe. It's switched a bit. It's coming across us here, and if it stays like this, it's going to be a crosswind. It's going to drop a bit. Yeah. If it's wind behind, I mean, and it could be right for an upset. Something gets loose on the front, like Living the Dream last year. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it could be Washington Heights, it could be Pontus, is it, who's the speediest horse in the race.
Yeah.
I don't think Big Evs will lead from that wide draw. Big Evs, I'd be worried about the draw. Mick Appleby was top trainer at Goodwood, winning with everything. He's barely had a winner since, has he?
Right.
So you can see why that horse is drifting. Asfora's definitely the horse to beat, but I think it could be right for an upset in this wind out there.
Okay. The Phillies handicap, where we've got Reach trying to win the race once again. But money for Invincible Friend, 8-1 from 12-1. Again, extra places in this race, 5 places. Ben Linfoot?
Well, with the extra places in mind, I'm going to take a swing on one on Shamozzle for Rafe Beckett. She's his second string in this race, but I don't mind that at all. She was a really good winner at Lingfield on the turf last time, making all. I don't think she has to make all. She might get a lead today, and that'd be absolutely perfect for her. And Eddie Greatrix, good record for Beckett's on board, and I think she's a fair each way bet.
Ed, Power of Destiny was the nap for Asheen best bet or best chance, of the week. Very much looking forward to that. You'd have to respect that one.
Definitely, and he sounded very keen at that preview night. I'd love Joe Mason to win again. Packy Lee will be here today, will he?
He will.
Cheering her on again.
Yeah.
The one I'll pass on a word for is the Kamani's horse, Chorus, who runs for Fittock Stoke. That's Francesca's mum and dad, and I know that Chorus is nicely fancied today.
Okay, and then the last 2 races, very, very difficult. I'm not going to stitch either of you up, to be perfectly honest, because it's obviously a very, very hard. All I will say is SkyBet are paying extra places. Arabian Angel has been supported 11 from 16, and there was a little bit of money for the Mick and David Easterby horse. And interestingly, they had a horse last year in the race, Spirit of Aklam, who ran well in the race and then went on to bigger and better things. And I think they quite like their horse. Ben, if you can remind me the name of the Mick and David Easterby horse.
I can fill you a bit of time to find it, because Indian Run is part owned by Johnny Bairstow, who's wicket keeping down the road at Scarborough and seems to be staying well in touch with the racing, and they think Indian Run could run a nice race. Did that buy you enough time to find it?
It didn't, because he's actually looking at the wrong race.
Oh, convivial.
Brilliant. Anyway, either way.
There you go.
Drupnir, which it was Icelandic, wasn't it? It was something to do with.
Yes,
she was saying it was something Icelandic.
That's right, yeah. Can't remember what.
No, the last race. Thank you for filling there for me. Thank you for looking at the wrong race, Ben. Is the mile handicap?
And that's the one with Indian Run in it.
So we've done that. Ben, anything for you in the last where we're paying 4 places?
Well, I thought Native Warrior was a well-handicapped horse, and I think he still might be, so he's definitely on the shortlist. But this EBT's guard for William Muir and Chris Grassley was a massive eye-catcher at Glorious Goodwood. Didn't get out in time, but gets the breaks today, must go close, and has a fair each-way chance. I'm
going to give you a winner for free. It's number 10, Pabarus for the Ed Bethel team. Elim ran really well yesterday. This horse has been trained to the minute for this race, and I've given you that one for free. Anyway, good luck with all your selections. Hopefully this wind dies down, because at the moment it is pretty blustery. I'm sure it will do. That's certainly what the forecasters say. Anyway, good luck to Ben. Good luck to Ed. Any ITV7s today?
ITV7 today. Given away more than £500,000 this year. 100 grand we gave away on Wednesday. 50 grand today. Free to play as always. It looks winnable. I think we can find 7 winners today.
And don't forget, SkyBet Ebor tomorrow, 8 places, and we'll have our thoughts on that tomorrow. Good luck.